Don't you do windows?
Yeah, but black people don't think that.
They want samples. You gotta come in.
No, they're just
do a
like,
couple.
you do free estimates, right? Sure do.
We'll just get a group on.
And then they go, how much?
You know
All
who's
right, well,
recording
thanks for
this,
stopping
right?
by.
Oh my god.
What do I care?
So is this live or is it
No,
recording?
it's
I
not
can
live.
edit whatever.
He's like, I'm not gonna, but I can.
He can edit. So I'm gonna record as a backup also, just because why not and stuff, and dust and such and things, and I should have started a long time ago. Okay, well, first of all, Duke and Amanda. Isn't the microphone down here?
Yeah, but they have a microphone here.
Oh, holler, bitches.
That's why I do that part.
All right, Duke, Amanda, thank you guys for taking time out of your busy vacation to San Antonio to talk with us.
Not a problem.
Duke, you are a police officer for a major metropolitan city.
Yep.
Amanda, you are married to a police officer for a major metropolitan city.
Is it this guy?
This guy.
Duke, if you were any whiter, you would be clear.
Yeah, transparent.
Amanda, you are not white.
No, far from it. It's like the opposite side of the spectrum.
Opposite. So you are Hispanic. No.
No.
You are from Pakistan.
No.
No. You are a lovely young black lady
I am.
or African American lady.
Yeah.
Which one?
I don't like the African American term because she's not from Africa.
So
None
you
of her
are a nice
ancestors
young
were from
American
Africa.
American lady.
Black
Yes.
American.
I just say Hispanic.
Honestly-
That's the same way.
But to me, either one doesn't bother me. So.
I know,
Is she talking louder now?
but I've been to
Are you
Mexico
catching
one
that?
time.
Is it picking
Yeah.
up? You've been to Mexico one time?
Yeah, that's it.
How'd you get back?
No, it was just a one-way ticket.
Jesus. Talk about falling.
I got it.
down.
I got that one. I got that one.
Okay, so
No, but seriously, I was in high school.
we're still talking about Alex. Okay?
Yeah, it's all about me.
Well, like I said, I appreciate you guys taking the time out of your vacation and getting a sitter and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Yep.
But don't worry, SeaWorld will still be there when you're done here.
What did you say, SeaWorld?
Well, that's the only reason anybody comes to San Antonio.
No,
It's not basketball
Th-
season.
I mean,
Go
there's
see
the
Alamo.
Alamo.
The Alamo. That's
Did
fantastic.
you brought paper?
Yes, I did bring some notes.
Looks
Because-
like pictures. It's all he did was draw pictures.
I drew pictures. Yes, I drew.
Illustrations of how this is going to go.
He printed Google Maps together. Fucking old guy. Come on, Steve.
Oh my
I mean,
god.
Surrey.
I don't think that was it G2, G3 is going to be
That's
up
the-
there.
it's
It's
a
a G6. What?
It's the sidekick. What is that?
It's a jitterbug. What do you got? Yeah, I don't care.
Note 4. Okay? Note 4 over here.
That's still up there.
Sure.
Yeah, it looks like-
Anyway.
it seems cool, but now they have like what Note 6 or something like
So I
Note
think
6
the
S.
7's coming out.
Well,
soon,
Yeah,
right?
7.
If that's out, there's 3 different versions of the
Yeah.
S7.
No,
but
no,
the
the Note.
Note,
Oh, then
I
they
think,
have
I think 5
Oh, no,
is
no,
as high
no,
as the
no.
Notes go.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Then the
they have
6
a-
is about to drop soon.
Well, then they have the Note Edge too.
Do they have a Note Edge also?
Then that's probably what they moved to.
Because
It's
that's
probably
what
the
my
Note
sister
6
has.
Edge.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Well, they have the 7, the S7, like the phone. They have the S7, the
Okay,
S7
someone I work with
Edge,
has it.
and then they have like the S7
You get the
heavy
Active?
duty, or
It's
yeah,
like
that
active or something?
where you can
But I
throw it
heard
off a
that
cliff.
Active's the only one that's not waterproof.
Oh, that makes sense.
No, it's not.
Like
It's supposed to be.
it's supposed to
I
be,
thought
but
that
they've
was-
had problems with it. Someone,
Well, I used to have one like that, and then I took it swimming.
yeah,
You know,
and it died.
Yeah.
because water got in it.
yeah,
Well, I believe that what they were advertising is
water resistant.
3 feet for 30 minutes.
No, it says 5 feet.
Oh, okay. Well,
That's what it
I see.
said.
so that's over.
So you're
your
not gonna go
head.
snorkeling with it.
Yeah, you can't go snorkeling. You just go shallow water.
Well, you can't go to the deep end of the pool anyway.
I don't go to the pool.
Oh, well, there is that.
We had a
Sorry.
firefighter in my class that didn't know how to swim.
Shut up,
It
really?
was hilarious. Well, they make us swim with our.
I heard that
vests
there was a
on.
police officer in class that barely knew how to drive.
I don't know who that is.
No idea.
No,
No idea.
no.
You lost a couple cones.
lose them.
They
They
were
were still
cones.
there.
They were
They were just
cones.
cones.
I heard that there was a burial service for some cones.
But no, we had a firefighter. They make us put on our vest and a mock belt and
Your vest,
swim.
your
bulletproof
your
vest.
bulletproof vest,
And they make us jump
and a
on
mock turtleneck. What else?
not a mock turtleneck, a mock belt. Like that
Oh.
mimics the weight of our belt. And they make us swim across the...
That mimics the weight of your police officer utility belt.
Yep.
Is that heavy?
Yeah. It's about 20 pounds and stuff. It's heavier than the
serious?
vest. Yeah.
Is it really 20 pounds?
Yeah.
What's on it?
I got a taser. I've got a radio.
Okay, I watch the news. Y'all don't,
Yeah, I've seen
y'all don't
that.
have a taser.
No,
Oh, you don't use- you just don't
I
use
got a
them.
radio. I got 2 pairs of handcuffs, an asp baton,
Ooh, those
Sorry?
are awesome.
an asp
Those
baton.
ASP,
Oh,
those things
okay.
are awesome.
You really started to scare me.
I've got 2 fully loaded magazines, and then I got a gun
Like
that's fully loaded.
GQ and Sports Illustrated.
No, I'm sorry.
For this lame over here.
They're clips full of ammunition.
We call them rounds or something.
They're referred
Bullets.
to as
Bullets,
magazines.
Magazines. All right, so I said.
I just want to eat.
A magazine.
It's okay if you unroll your silverware and use your own.
I put my mouth. Put
She
that one
does
in my
have
mouth.
Yes,
What does
but
that
I'm gonna
matter?
Take that whole one.
Oh, okay.
So
Y'all
it'd be
make
hers to
out,
half
so
of
who
one.
cares?
Yeah, but I didn't want her to like cut it, and then y'all have to eat after my saliva.
Oh, good call there.
That is disgust. I mean, that's cool.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, we're all friends
Now
here.
I'm going to-
I mean, we're definitely not related, but we're all friends
I'm
here.
not gonna get over there and make out with you though. That was what it would be.
All right, well, thanks for stopping
Well,
by.
the night's
The
still
show is
early.
over.
Wait, the night's early.
He's only drinking water.
Oh, that's right. Spike it.
Do you want some meatballs?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, sure.
No, and then the gun with all
Can I have the
the
rest of this one?
So you have to
Yeah,
swim
I
with all of
think
that
everybody
stuff?
got half.
No, because they don't want us to ruin the actual.
Right, and so wouldn't you take it off if you were going to go swimming anyway? Because none of that shit would work if you got it
No,
wet.
because
No, you just- why would you think?
Think
Just
about
do
it.
it.
I'm taking a belt full of weapons and I'm laying it on the ground and jumping in the water.
Well, you'd rather
leaving
just-
it for anybody.
You'd rather take it swimming with you, and so it's all ruined.
I don't think
I
he's
don't.
Yes.
It's at the city's expense, so
Oh,
it's in the commission of saving somebody's life.
Do you hear that, Dallas?
If it dries out, it'll be fine.
Really?
Yeah.
Here's a new one.
Yeah. Or the city will reissue me a new one and go back to Smith and Wesson and say, "How come this gun rusted?"
So quickly.
In the humidity of Dallas.
Well, we have a few that have been rusting, and they said, "Thank you."
Whoa, that was
Which
fast.
one is that?
You're all over
Sonya's
it.
her.
Oh yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, that looks awesome. I think we're done with this.
Yeah.
Is that me? Oh, this looks wonderful.
Chicken scallopini. Enjoy.
Thank you so much.
But,
Haha, nothing for you guys.
That's all
What
right.
do you want? Just put
Yeah.
that on that thing.
It's all right, Steve. Just push me in.
but we've had a few rusts because apparently, according to Smith and Wesson, they're not.
Sweat proof.
No, they're not the waterproof version. They're not the the salt waterproof, which
So,
makes no sense to me.
sweat-proof?
Yeah, not sweatproof. I've never heard of that. Like that, you had to have the sea salt finish on a firearm to keep it from rusting.
That's awesome.
I've actually personally had to clean rust off the back sights of my gun.
Really?
Yeah. I've always checked to make sure there's nothing in the barrel and the mechanisms, but
Like cobwebs, because you never have to pull your firearm.
I pull my firearm.
Really?
Have you?
That's only like twice,
I-
right?
As far as you know.
no. I
But
pull
here's
it,
the thing.
I pull it more up. I pulled it like 4 times on
Like this week?
No, just in one day.
Really?
Yeah, the other day.
All right, here comes pizzas.
Holy shit.
Yeah, bro.
You want to hear that?
Trey,
Thank you.
you're so welcome.
This is awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
What do I get if I finish all of this?
Full.
No prizes.
A bill to pay.
That's not fun.
Yeah,
Do
or
you-
you can just get a take-home box.
Do you guys need red pepper flakes or Parmesan cheese or anything like that?
yeah.
I'm good.
Oh.
Pepper flakes and
Yes,
Parmesan? Okay.
Thank you very
I got
much.
But ouch.
So what was that like? I mean, do they, if you draw it, do you have to like go to
No.
It's not like a samurai sword, right? Where if you draw it, you have to use it.
No, I don't have to. It doesn't have to draw blood.
If
before
you
I
remove
get
the
it back.
sheath.
That's good. That's good. If you take it out, you gotta use it. Yeah.
No, it's considered a level
Thank
of
you very much.
force
If you
that
don't
you
mind,
can use.
reach your pizza this way.
Yeah. I'm glad to do that.
It's considered a level of force.
Yes.
So
Thank
like
you,
it
that's
has to
good.
go in a report.
Well,
Thank you.
they used to.
For you, man?
Yeah.
They used to do what they call the force continuum, and you
Oh, yeah,
used to
that's
have to
Thank
when
you.
you pulled your weapon. And I know, I heard a story that San Diego went to that after their shooting.
To this force continuum.
No, they went to the having to report every time an officer uses his weapon or pulls his weapon.
Pulls
out. Yeah.
Pretty sure they have to report every time they use it.
Well, yeah. All that gets kept and goes to the FBI, and they keep statistics on everything like
It
that.
also goes to the Washington Post.
Well, it's called the Freedom of Information Act. So,
The Washington Post has an active database,
yeah,
and
they're watching everything police do.
that's some of the visuals that I brought. Is
Statistics.
You want-
Statistics.
according to the Washington Post active database that they started in January of 2015. There's been 990 people shot dead by police.
990.
990 in America.
Holy shit.
That's a lot.
We've only heard about like 6.
It is a lot.
6, 7?
Of that 990, 496 are white. What do you think about that, Amanda? I'm just kidding. I don't care what you think about that yet.
Okay.
I
No rub.
That's more than that's about half, right, or more than half?
It is like 2 or 3 less than half, but the other half is split between Mexicans, blacks, American Indians, Asian Indians, like Pakistan and Iran,
Okay.
and other.
What's
Which
other? Like
I'm
Eskimo?
assuming other is
Eskimo?
I'm assuming other is like
I
Martian.
think they
Martians.
fall into Native American.
Oh, they do?
Alaska Native,
Yeah, what are you, Stoops?
That's how in our system. That's how it shows. American Indian, Alaska Native.
Really? Okay. Hey, it was an honest question. Was it?
It can be confusing because it's part of Canada. Alaska is.
No, I'm just saying.
I can see Russia from my house. So, I did come prepared with a whole lot of questions. We don't have to get to all of them.
Sure we do.
But, I mean, I don't know how long your babysitter is or what time this place closes. But,
We'll see.
if I could get an answer from each one of you whenever I ask these questions, that'd be really super cool. Because, as we stated at the very beginning, Duke is a white police officer who's almost clear. Amanda is not any of those things.
Nope.
But she is married to a police officer, and she would never ever be mistaken for a white person
Ever.
or a Mexican person
Well, on
or
the
an
phone.
Indian. Oh, okay, I can see
On the
that.
phone.
Yes.
And that's probably it.
So, considering that all of the media right now paints you two as your two groups, police officers and black peoples, as hating the living daylights out of each other, I thought it'd be really cool. We thought it'd be really cool to get one of each of you. Just like, who was that one guy with the arc? He had 2 of everything. Not that guy. Not that guy. All right,
Something
so.
like that.
Oh my God.
It's like a spin-off.
Yes. Yeah. We don't have the budget to have 2 of everything,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
we just got 1 of everybody. So I guess my first question, is it okay if I go? Do you care? You're
No,
eating,
you
right?
go, dude.
Let's not go ladies first for the entire duration of this interview.
That is okay with me.
Because I want to get the
Authoritarian
opinion,
figure of it.
and then I want to get the people. All right?
Okay.
Cool.
Let's do
So,
Technically, she is people because she's pregnant.
oh, well, la-di-da.
How far along?
So are you hoping it's a cop? I mean, a baby?
it's actually, I'm kind of hoping it's not going to be a police officer, but at the same time,
So that you could get some rest.
yeah, because that'd be nice.
Like, how shitty is that? Like,
Let him be a
you're
firefighter.
You're already pregnant, so you already can't sleep. And then you have a husband that's
And also
Out and
a
about.
young child who never sleeps, from what I can tell.
Yeah, and then misses his dad, like, because he knows. I mean, he knows that he's a police officer.
Well, but here's the thing: if he knew his dad better, he would miss him less. So this is a good
oh
thing.
my gosh.
Yeah.
No, like it's so like sad having to see the whole thing at night. Because our son,
He's like, I don't want to go to sleep. Daddy's about to come
No,
home.
he
Well,
he
no,
runs
he
the door and
to
says,
the
"You can't
doors.
leave me."
Yeah, he says,
Oh
"Don't
my
leave me."
God.
Don't leave me.
And
You
it's
can't
kind of
leave
it's
me. So it's
heartbreaking because he knows, he knows that he's a police officer. He knows that he has a very important job. But at least he says like, okay, Daddy's gonna come home. Like he'll see you in the morning. But it kind of like breaks my heart because there's always a possibility that he's not. So I don't want him
Now, does
to
your
like.
son know that? He doesn't know that.
No, he doesn't.
How old is
No,
he?
but I do.
How old is your son?
He's under 4.
Oh,
Yeah, he's
okay.
under
So
four.
my son's age.
Yeah. So so he doesn't know that.
Mhm.
Do you know
But
that?
I do. But
You
still,
both
like.
do.
Mhm.
Yeah, my
Yeah.
son didn't want me to come over here.
That's true.
Not just,
Right? Yeah, that's true. What was I gonna say?
oh, you're sorry.
Oh, sorry.
You were gonna ask a
completely-
question.
No. I was gonna just go off on tangents like you guys, but
Okay.
then I forgot what it was. So, what was the last thing you said just now?
Oh yeah.
That he was when he runs to the door and tells me, "No, you can't leave me."
That wasn't just now. You asked.
Yeah, it
That's
was.
fine. Duke, what is racial profiling to you? Oh, I don't
It's
want
kind
you to
of a
answer
hard
any of
question.
these questions as a citizen.
No, it's kind of a hard question because if you think of it like the FBI, they're gonna say anytime you use race or a description of somebody to make a decision on what you're gonna do with somebody, that's racial profiling. Like, I pull you over, you're into black, and I don't like black people, so I'm writing you a ticket. But every white person I
Wait,
pull
does racial
over, I let
profiling
go.
mean that you don't like a particular group?
No, but it means you target a particular group
to find
because you
trying
don't
to
like
find
that
something.
group, or because it's more along the line of trying to find bias because you don't like a particular group. I know here in San Antonio, y'all have a high population of Hispanics. Like, anybody that I pull over, if I were working here, would be Hispanic.
Well, not anybody.
The percentage is going to be
The
higher.
likelihood.
The likelihood is going to be higher. So the numbers can kind of look slanted to the FBI. They keep most people don't know this, but the FBI keeps statistics on everybody you pull over for that reason. Every time you pull someone over, you have to fill
make
out
sure that we're profiling?
we have to fill out the racial profiling to make sure that we're not
Make sure
being
they're
biased.
Okay.
So each police officer in the United States has, I guess you would call it a dossier on them by the FBI.
Really?
That shows how many people they've pulled over in a certain number a year, and it breaks them down into subcategories as racial statistics.
So, at what point do they call it like?
Yeah, when do
like,
they
what's
say
a
enough's
red
enough?
flag? Like a red flag.
I
You know
think
what
it's
mean?
more because there are so many people in the United States. I think it's more when there's a complaint lodged, that information's at hand.
Okay, so it's
Yeah.
like we don't, unless there's a flag on the play, we don't review the tape?
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's where I got into a conversation with someone the other day. Is like, I'm sure police being racist happens in America,
Yeah, of course.
but in smaller areas or in smaller numbers, and there are institutions in place to protect you from that. And if you don't take steps to protect yourself
You
by
mean as the
making
victim?
complaints, yes,
Okay.
by making the complaint to the proper people, and you let it go on, then you're allowing it to persist, and you're in the wrong too. Because if you're being injured and you're sitting there allowing people to injure you instead of getting up and standing up, then I mean,
You all right?
Sorry, there was a piece of my chicken that wasn't great, so I just threw it over my shoulder.
Wait, over here on me?
On the ground.
Over there. Sorry.
But
So would you like a slice of pizza?
Oh, no, I'm good.
we don't like to blame victims, but if you're allowing yourself to continue to be a victim when you can stand up and stop the victimization, then you're in the wrong. Like, if we want to weed those people out that are being biased because they don't like certain cultures or groups, I don't want to work around someone that doesn't like white people. I don't want to work around somebody that doesn't like black people. Like, that just, one, it brings the atmosphere down.
Can I
And then
just...
if you want to try to make jokes, you're right.
Yeah,
Constantly
well,
looking around.
I've worked around an officer who took it too far, and he's making jokes and saying words that are terrible to say in public.
Do you go like this? Hey, guess what?
And I did. I said, I'm dating him. We were dating at the time, so I'm dating a black woman. He's like, oh, no, that's not what I mean.
That's not what I meant.
He's like,
I meant all of them except for yours.
90% of reality is perception. And if you allow
Perception is
yourself
reality,
to
absolutely.
be perceived as a racist, you're a racist to me. But, it may not be who you feel you are at heart, but you can say things that make you look racist.
Well, what about... Okay, you said there's systems in place and there's avenues that people could pursue.
Mm-hmm.
How do they find out about them? I don't know of any of these.
The simplest thing, all police are monitored by the FBI. You ever have a complaint, you go to the FBI, they have to come in and investigate.
You don't go to their boss?
You can go to their boss. You can.
If you don't feel comfortable?
If you don't feel comfortable going to the FBI.
You just go straight to the FBI?
You can go straight to the FBI.
Did you know that?
I did not know.
I did not know. This is a public service announcement by Finding Stacks. That's fantastic.
But that's part of the problem is a lot of the public's not educated as to what they can do.
Whose fault is that?
It's society's problem.
Well, of course,
Because
police
look at what
officers
we're
aren't going to say, "Hey, if you have a problem with me, just go to the FBI." Like, they're not going to go out and say that. You know what I mean? So, no one's really.
Hey, you know what they should do? On the back of, when you buy a lottery ticket,
They should put that there.
on the back of the lottery ticket, it says, if you have a problem with gambling or gambling addiction, call this phone number. They should put that
And
on
it's
the
just
back
like
of
a
every
direct-
citation that you get.
It's just like a direct line to the
Yeah,
the
that should be
ticket
like,
office.
it should be the hotline. No, on the back of all your tickets.
Like I'm saying, they wouldn't do that.
And even if you don't know the FBI is someone you can go to, is the first thing. One, you can get a lawyer. The lawyer's going to know.
But yeah, but lawyers
But
cost
they're
money. What if I'm
expensive.
poor?
Yeah, but there are some you can call that are pro bono. You just pick one in the thing and ask
Pro
them
bono.
information.
Look, I don't care about sexuality. I just need a lawyer.
But
So-
if there,
so you mean
some of
they-
them will give information free of charge,
Oh, okay.
hoping for you as a client. And there are some out there that are ready to go after cities because
Yeah,
a
and
lot of
they
times
do commercials and call themselves like the Hammer of Justice and shit like that.
One,
I when I was learning criminology, my criminology teacher said the reason he did that, or he calls himself that, is because he was a judge, and every person that he convicted, he threw the book at him. Like, he hit him with the heaviest crime, heaviest punishment.
Like an encyclopedia.
And then he had to step down because of something, so that now he calls himself the Hammer. I took care of business when I was a judge. I'll fight for you.
Wait. I took care of business when I was a judge by sending you all to the slammer.
Yeah.
Now I will fight for you.
I hate to get political, but it kind of sounds like a democratic way of thinking.
Wow.
But-
all right, let's stay not political. All right.
I like it. It's, what is it? The Democratic
But,
things tonight, isn't it?
That's what I was gonna say. Even if you don't know, you can go to the FBI. It's common
You can
knowledge
go to the
that
Democratic National Convention.
you can go to the superiors of the officer, and if that person doesn't, just keep going up to the top.
Why
So
would
you reach
anybody
the
go
top.
to the superior when I hear about all this institutionalized racism?
It's not. There is no institutionalized racism.
Says the institution.
Okay, yeah, you can say that, but unless you actually get in there and look, you're
Oh,
never
they won't
gonna
let me
know.
in.
You're
Well,
gonna
they won't let me out,
suspect.
really.
Well, you like don't you have a card?
That's to get through Alabama.
Oh, okay.
Amanda? What, I know it's been a long time since I asked the question, so you don't remember what it is anymore.
Yes, please.
But
refresher.
What do you think racial profiling is?
It is singling somebody out, whether it be anything.
Or they've done anything wrong.
Wait, good or bad?
Oh, I'm sorry, what?
For good or for bad?
Oh, for bad.
Okay.
Just like singling
So
somebody
racial
out.
profiling is only negative.
Yeah, well, because
Yeah.
it has such a negative connotation. Like, nobody ever thinks of it as being, like, a positive thing. Like, nothing exciting ever comes out of it, you know?
Okay.
Yeah, like Jews are
Somebody
good
said
with
that.
money. So,
I was gonna say
yeah.
Jews are cheap. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, but see, I'm
I
pretty
mean,
sure
so
for, like, a
there's
Jewish person, that would be, like, horrible, you
No,
know?
I had
No,
a
because
Jewish
they got
friend
all the
and he
money.
liked it.
Yeah, they got all the money.
He's like,
They're
I'm
not
good
bad
with
with
other
yes.
people's money. I'm not good with my
Oh,
own.
well, there you go.
I guess.
Okay. So stupid
but-
Jews aside,
Wow.
you're the one who said he was terrible with his own money, not me. Please go ahead. I'm
But no,
sorry.
it would be singling somebody out with, you know, I guess, bad intent. Singling somebody out just because of a race.
All right. I can dig that.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to go on this long-winded diatribe about somebody you worked with? No? All right, good.
Work.
Jeez.
She just stays at home and watches her kids.
Well, I guess.
Oh, somebody's
Yeah.
going to get beat.
Yeah,
Oh.
I know, seriously. But no, I guess
He is, right?
it.
This
Yeah,
isn't,
it'll
this
be good.
isn't, yeah, this isn't the NFL.
Yeah.
I guess like it hasn't really like happened to me like that much lately, but
Well, that was going to be
whenever I
my
was-
next question was, have you
Uh-huh.
ever been excluded on the basis of race?
Not excluded, but it is kind of like awkward. I guess sometimes whenever people will say that, you know, that aren't black, like people will say things to me like, oh, well, can you do this, or do you actually tan, or do you, or if
Or
I'm
why do
if
you
I'm-
get tattoos? Like that?
yeah, because you can't really see them, type thing, or
Hey, I
even
didn't say
like
it.
no. Well, whenever I was working, like I'd be on the phone talking to somebody. I'm like, okay, well, they'll say, oh, I'll see you in a second. Like I'm gonna come in the store, whatever. And then they come in, they're like, oh, I talked to this girl on the phone, and I'm like, oh yeah, that was me.
No,
and
no.
they're like, you know,
They're like,
They're like,
no,
they
like
pause
the
for a
face
second.
that they make, they're
That
like,
was
oh my
not
gosh,
you.
They're like,
yeah.
no, you were using complete sentences.
Yeah, exactly.
Real
So,
words.
like stuff like that, and people will give me the oh, well, are you from somewhere exotic because you look like you're like an islander or something because of your hair?
What
or
island?
things like that. I have no idea. I have no idea.
Jamaica?
Is it Jamaica?
It's got to be
I'm
Jamaica, right?
assuming
Right near
so.
the beach.
Right near
I'd be
the
really
beach.
upset. I'd be like, why Jamaica? Because they're poor?
Like,
Then I'd be mad and I'd do that weird head thing.
Well, no, I mean,
Aha, you laugh. That means you're racist because you know what I was talking about.
Oh my gosh.
I had no idea what you
I heard somebody refer to it as talking from their neck.
Talking
Oh.
from their neck. Wow. That sounds like
I've never
something
heard
not
of
a
that
white
one.
person would say.
Yeah, I've never heard of that.
It was a white person. that said
Really?
it. He was Hispanic.
Oh,
But today's culture considers them white.
Oh, dude, you made it!
Oh,
Yay, Alex!
I'm gonna go Florida in this town.
Well, at least the
Alex,
Black Lives Matter. Consider
Okay.
everybody who's
All
not.
right.
That's true.
So,
Oh yeah.
so Duke, have you ever felt excluded because of race? Now,
No, okay.
this you have to answer, I guess, as a white husband. Like, because
Oh.
I can't imagine
That's a
this
good
would happen
question.
as a police officer. But as a white husband,
And a ginger.
and they're not going to listen to this.
I've
Her family's
Double
not going
whammy.
to.
No.
Oh, yeah, you're a ginger, too. Well, I did say you were clear. So.
But I didn't, see, if I heard clear, I
But
wouldn't
you didn't
automatically
say
think.
soulless though. You didn't say soulless.
Dang, a soulless ginger. What?
They make them?
That's why he
I've got
got
a
you.
good voice.
Because he was soulless. He had to get some soul.
Just let it glow.
Oh, my gosh. This is fantastic.
But
Oh my God.
So have you
never
felt excluded?
excluded, but
Both of y'all started off with that.
what's that?
Both of y'all started off with not excluded, but
Oh yeah.
excluded.
Well, no, not excluded, but I have had her family say things that people call you to insult you on the street. Like I've
Pig?
had
Like police
no,
officer?
Cracking ass cracking?
no, she calls me pig. But
No, but I don't say pig like.
I don't say it in a
Straight
bad
up.
way.
yeah, I say it as a,
Nickname-
My little
Yeah.
piggy.
It's just like
Yes,
like
that's
when you
what I
steal
say.
all the blankets, like you're just a pig in a blanket, like that.
no, no, but that would be a good one.
That is good. Thank you
You're
for that.
No, like
Write that down.
like white boy. I had one of her
Wait,
family
hold on.
members call
That's
me.
a bad thing?
Hey, white boy. That's all he would call me. He wouldn't call me by my name. Say, hey.
He's all, hey.
Somebody in her
Yeah.
family?
And he just kept calling me that.
Like that was your name was White Boy?
Yeah. Whereas if you flipped it on its head,
And called him a white boy?
no, and called
No.
him, hey, black guy, hey, black
No,
boy.
no. To black people, it's just boy. If you call him boy, ooh, them's fighting words.
Yeah, but see, I feel like it's equally as bad, like both ways.
It is, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, no. You think it's bad to call him white boy?
Well, yeah, because if you, like he said, if you spin it on its head and call somebody else, hey, black boy or something, I think that's horrible. It's just like the movie titles or something, like the whole white man can't jump thing.
Oh,
Like
that's a good
movie.
if
But
you
they
turn
can't,
that
though.
completely to something
Yeah,
else and say,
that's terrible. I'm jumping in the academy.
okay, but hold
No
on.
way.
But if you completely
Brent
turn
Berry.
it and turn it to like another race, if you said like Hispanic person can't jump or black person can't jump, there would be like riots or something at the doors of the movie theater, and I feel like that's not right. So
That's not, but I think just the white people in general.
If you want to stuff some more pizza in your mouth before you start talking, that'd be great. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Want to toss some chicken over your shoulder?
I might. Be great if I had something to drink, though. I'm sorry, go ahead. What? That's gross. What were you
Oh, I
saying?
forgot what I was saying. Go ahead.
Cool. No, she was talking about starting a
Something
riot.
about Hispanic.
oh yeah.
Like if you called him, hey, brown boy or something.
Yeah, but like I'm saying, if you use it in like a movie title or whatever, there would be.
Like that movie, A Day Without a Mexican.
I did not know he did a
Exactly.
cover of this. It's Johnny Cash doing
Is that a movie? David Van Mexico?
doing the
Yeah, I've never heard of that one,
what do you
but.
call it? Bob Marley song.
Mhm.
Can't
But
remember
anyway.
the name of it.
Oh yeah, he has a.
There was
he has
also a
whole
movie
album.
called Dear Whitey or something like that, right? Dear White People. That's what it was called. Dear White People.
Is it really?
Yeah.
No.
Oh,
No, I've
now,
heard of
now I
it.
know what I
No,
was
for
going to
real.
say. I was
Dear
going
White
to say
People is
they
a
can
movie.
make movies called White Men Can't Jump just because white people or white men in general have always had privileges that other people can't. So like,
I personally, as a white person, have never had any.
no.
privilege
I'm not saying. I'm just saying.
How can you say that? You're a
Yeah,
law
like
enforcement. You're a
society.
police
Society.
officer.
I got what
So
you're saying.
that's why they're saying.
Okay, I had to
Yeah.
work
It's cool.
to get there. I didn't just get handed a badge and say go enforce the law. I spent 7 to 8 months in the academy.
78 months.
7 to 8 months.
Oh.
7.
I was like, that's a really bad.
Clean the hair out of your ears, old
That's
man.
6 years.
Son of a. It's not getting on you.
No, it's just a lot of fur.
Yeah, so if you were to call me fur baby, I might get mad about it. So
Or just Furby.
no. So is that so that you were talking about being called white boy? Is that
Oh yeah.
as bad as it's gotten with her family
That I can remember, yeah.
that you know of?
That I know of, yeah. You know, that some of them seem.
She's all, I'm not going to tell you. the
Some of
rest.
them
She's like-
seem like her mom and her dad are authentically. They're
They're like
glad that I'm a police officer. They're into it. They're happy that I've got a career and that I can take care of my wife, and they don't have
that has
any
nothing
issue
to do with
it.
race.
But I know it doesn't have anything to do with race, but some of her family is fake happy. It seems like they're not.
Are they
genuine
fake
about it.
happy? Like, do they? Are you thinking they're insincere about liking you because you're white or because you're a cop?
Because I'm
I'm sorry, I mean a police officer. No, I'm a cop.
A couple of them probably because I'm a cop. But there was one that,
Yeah, one.
Well, there's
When-
probably people in your own family that
Well,
are
there
not
was-
happy about you being a police officer.
yeah, probably. But
There was
one of them
person.
said when we first got together before I became a cop,
A police officer.
"Oh my God, he's a white boy. I thought we taught you better, and an Irish guy,
Or no,
or and a redhead, or
she
something."
said something
He
about,
or she said,
No, she.
Yeah. She said, what was it?
I thought we
you
taught
couldn't
you.
have. No, you couldn't have found somebody in your race or something like that. It was somewhere
They told you
along
that?
those lines.
They told her
Yeah,
that,
well,
yeah.
no, like I don't think it was directly to me.
No,
I think it
no,
was-
I
This
remember her
wonderful. I'm
saying,
just talking to
I
you, so you'd be gone already.
can't believe that.
Oh, okay, hold on. Yeah, I think it was.
Amanda, would you like some more water or are you good?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, while she's here.
I have to.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I have to.
Baby's not going to born itself. Wait, Jason?
No. Thank you. But yeah, no, I guess it was in front of me. I guess I did hear, but
yeah,
it wasn't.
she singled you out. She said, "I thought we taught you better than
Yeah, it was
than
something
dating
like
a
that.
white boy."
Are you the only white person in her family that's actually a member of the family? No.
Who?
My cousin that has like 5 kids.
Oh,
that are mixed.
okay, yeah. But she doesn't live in town,
Oh,
I mean,
so
but still.
so she's
okay,
not like.
sure.
They don't,
around it
not,
all
it's
the-
not
She's
in
not
their
on the
faces
front
all the
lines?
time. Yeah.
She's not on the front lines. That's cool. I
Yeah.
can dig it.
I'm sure they've probably experienced it too, depending.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Because was it her sister that said that to us?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, well, how about this?
Yeah.
How about you with his family?
I mean, I don't know. Sometimes it's kind of
Because
awkward, but
his family, I mean, they're probably all nice people, I'm sure, but there might be a little bit of hillbilly in this side of the family.
You say that because I'm a little red?
I say that because I've met a lot of your family, and I think they're from the hills of New York or something. So I'm not saying that anybody in your family is called Uncle Brother. I'm just saying
There is an Uncle Brother?
There's
yeah,
a-
no,
yeah, there is.
there's a brother, and then all of their kids call that person Uncle Brother.
Oh, hell yeah.
So that being said,
They're getting when it gets good.
how has his clear Irish family reacted to you or
no
dealt with
problem with his like immediate family, like at
Immediate.
all. But I don't want to say any. It's
you? So immediate
distant
family is like
either.
mother, brothers, sisters, that kind of thing.
Oh yeah.
Okay, but
like
there's like uncles and aunts and cousins and stuff.
yeah,
I think they're
but, like,
uncles, aunts, and cousins she's never met.
Well, yeah, that too.
There's
but,
probably uncles, aunts, and cousins you've never met.
But it's kind of like one of those things where we're at
Probably.
like family events or something, or like something that has to deal with us in general, like a birthday party, or like you know.
Like you walk in and they're like, "Yes, could you move that chair over to here
No,
for
it's
us?"
not even that. They just don't even really
They throw
talk
their
to me.
keys and they're like, "Park it next to a
Fucking
BMW."
knock 'em down.
No, it's not even that. It's like kind of like the very passive stuff. Like they straight up don't even talk to me or like acknowledge my existence of even being there. But at the same time, I don't know if it's just because I'm black or if it's just because that's how they act to people.
I'm really
You know?
glad that you said that because I've
Maybe
seen
they
a
are
string.
just assholes.
I've
Yeah,
seen
like,
a string
yeah,
lately.
I'm not gonna lie, they
It's-
probably
They're
are.
probably just
I've seen a string
And I just never
lately of-
noticed it because I'm related to them.
Yeah.
No, no, they do that to
Exactly.
everybody. Well,
now that you mention it, maybe
Yeah.
maybe they are.
because they're assholes.
Well, I've
I
seen
mean, no offense.
I've seen a string of people just deciding what the reason is for
Yeah.
different things. Like, I mean, for instance, you brought up Democrats. Like, oh, if you don't vote for Hillary, it's because you hate women. Well, what if you just don't like
Or
her?
hate women and black people.
Well, I don't like her.
Yeah.
Right.
I love
because
women.
she's a woman.
I'm married to a woman.
You are.
I love women.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
And
All right.
hey,
But I mean,
I
like,
was
if you-
raised
if
by
you
a
say
single
so-
mom. Like, women can be powerful. Like,
Yeah.
she taught me that. You know, she would work 3-4 jobs just to keep food and clothing and a roof. You know, so they can be strong, and I think Hillary proves that you can be overly strong. You know, a little bit too far on the power side.
She hung out at Muscle Beach too
She,
long.
well, she's the Arnold without the muscle.
Gotcha.
But you know,
But I have noticed that a lot lately. Like,
What?
if you
She's
don't
getting
like
buff?
no, no, like if people don't like something,
Pantsuits are tighter.
then everybody else gets to decide
yeah.
what the reason is, and that kind of bothers me a whole lot.
they call it tried in the court of public opinion.
Shut the fuck up.
Well, that's what happens a lot with these court cases that you've seen in the media lately.
Yeah, like
is-
poor Bill Cosby. Actually, fuck yeah, but like poor Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson was never convicted of anything, but everybody
I
in his
forgot
country
how
thinks
much
he was
of a Michael
rapist.
Jackson fan you were.
How could you forget that?
There's something that came out recently
Yeah, but there's
that his doctor came out. The guy who prescribed him those drugs or
Conrad?
whatever. I don't know his name. Oh, you mean Conrad? That son of a bitch.
his name
that
is
you're all
Dr.
mad?
Conrad Murray. That's his name.
Yeah,
that
yeah,
son
yeah.
of a bitch.
That
sounds
that's
like a winner's name.
all Michael Jackson would talk about is wanting to marry Emma Watson,
Emma, who's that? Hermione?
Hermione.
Wow.
That's a
all-
woman, so he's on the right track.
Yeah, but she's also a little.
She wasn't a woman at the
Yeah.
time.
She was a little
Yeah.
girl.
I don't think she was a
That's
woman
true.
until after he was dead.
Yeah.
Like she just became a woman.
But it's a different MO now. He's changed his MO. At least he's targeting
he's-
females now.
Yeah.
It's bad that he's targeting them, but
It's still bad.
Yeah.
no, it is all bad.
But that's this guy's idol, so I don't know why I'm hanging out with you.
That's creepy.
See, and there you go. In our justice
But it's
system,
true- it's
he was never convicted of anything ever.
It's true.
Of anything.
But that's,
And everybody at this table thinks he's a pedophile.
Well, you said everybody, so that you?
you could
No.
say the same thing. You could say the same thing about O.J. Simpson. He was never convicted. He was acquitted, in fact.
The only
of
person who
all
ever got
charges.
any charges was that cop.
What cop?
The
racist
racist cop
one.
that still comes out on Fox.
He's the only
Correspondent.
one that got any. What was his name?
What are you talking about?
Furman.
Furman. Mark
Furman
Furman was
German.
the only one who got
Furman
any
German.
charges, and it was perjury.
Oh, okay.
That was the only charges
Yeah.
filed, and that whole thing was him, perjury.
Well, see, and that probably didn't help to the fact that that case got dismissed and he got acquitted. But it proves.
But it wasn't perjury anything to do with the case. It was, have you ever used that N-word before? He was like, nope. And then they found that tape of him.
So that just ruined the whole case.
Isn't that funny? That's the only charges filed in that whole thing.
Wow.
Well, that's a lawyer's job to discredit any witnesses. And,
Yeah.
Do you want a box?
Yes, and I need to actually. You want to take a break? Anything else?
yeah.
You know what's really funny is that the pregnant lady didn't go pee, but you two bitches did.
Well, I drink far more water than she does.
And plus, I have a small. I have a
She
small
has a
bladder.
person sitting on her bladder.
Yeah. It's
Well, I have a 6-pack sitting on mine.
Yeah.
So, touche.
I think he meant sitting in his.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that 6-pack weighs more than my 3-pound baby that's in my tummy right now.
So I was talking about. We were talking about the O.J. Simpson thing. He wasn't tried and convicted, so he's not convicted and guilty of that crime. I know he's guilty now of robbery, but
Right, in the criminal case, he was not found guilty.
in a criminal case, but. What was it? A couple of years later, he wrote a book. I didn't kill her, but if I did,
No,
here's,
no.
here's
It's called
what I
If
do.
I Did.
It was if I did it, and the
Yeah.
if was super tiny.
Inside, inside the I did
Wow.
it. Inside the eye. Right? And there was a big old eye, not like an eyeball, but a little eye. And inside of it, it was like a tiny if.
Yeah.
It says I did it, but then you look into it. So
Yeah.
he's just a little fucking bastard. I knew that dude did it.
And
He
it wasn't his skin color that got him off. It was his lawyers who were paid by what
Yeah,
money?
and
All the
and all
money that
those
he
guys
made
died.
from the Naked Gun
There you
series
go, Robert
and
Kardashian.
from his
Yeah, karma.
football years. He paid his way out of jail. He bought the best lawyers to defend himself. I mean, that's really what it
You
is.
do that with AIDS too.
With what?
With AIDS.
Well, only one person can do that,
Yeah.
and he's magic.
Yeah.
I was like, where's he going with this? I don't know.
It's the only person who's ever
Okay,
beat
I see what
AIDS,
you're
right?
saying. I'm
Yeah.
like, how are you going to
I
win a
think
court
so.
case with AIDS? But I see what you're saying. Yeah,
See?
you can
Just
you
paid
can
off.
survive AIDS
Yeah.
by
With money.
throwing money at it.
Amanda, do you know what you want yet?
Yeah. Oh, can I get tiramisu? Tiramisu. Oh, did anybody else want to
Duke?
get it?
Box.
Duke
I'm
Nukem?
good.
You want a box for this?
Dessert?
No, I'm good. I got my beverages.
You all don't have espresso, do you?
Yes.
Can I have espresso, please? Thank you.
Wow. Those little claps, they were.
Those golf claps. What the fuck? We were talking about.
No, they were very.
Okay.
They were a little flamboyant, Steve. But you know what?
You're a little flamboyant.
It's okay.
Duke, what is your definition of an authority figure?
He's all me.
You're looking at him.
It's hard to define. I've never had to define it. It's somebody who who's got knowledge that can help steer you in the right direction. As far as when we put people in the presidency, there's somebody that's got to have knowledge on how the way things work. They've got to be able to lead in the right, lead people, lead a group of people, and they've got to be somebody who's not
Asleep? Jesus
I'm not
Christ.
asleep. I'm just trying to think. Okay.
God damn.
You just cut the dead air.
Yeah,
for
why don't you just sit there and
No,
make
it's
up
good.
whatever you're going to make up, and I'll ask this young lady.
It's authentic.
no.
You know what I mean?
How would you define an authority figure? He says knowledge.
To me, I guess it's
leadership.
The more you know. Remember that commercial there?
He said knowledge and leadership. What do you got?
I would pretty much say the same. Pretty much
You
the
would
same
also
thing.
say knowledge and leadership? Is
Yeah.
it because you heard him say it?
Well, I would like to say somebody who's not going to misuse their power.
Yeah.
But
You
we
said
have-
power.
Well, their authority.
You didn't even mention power before.
their authority. Well, because
Misuse. Yeah.
like as a police officer, you're granted authority by the state and by the.
You're
people.
granted knowledge and leadership, or you're granted. What's the word I'm looking for? It starts with the power. What is it? Oh, it's power.
Okay, fine. You're granted a form of power
Okay.
by elected officials who've been elected by the people. We want to say elected by the people because
It's
Police
the whole. It's
officers
that
not
whole money
like that.
thing.
no,
Like,
but as a police officer, I'm appointed by city officials who have
are
been elected.
Okay.
So
Like
you're,
the sheriff or the police chief or whatever.
Yes.
Right? Okay.
Yeah, well,
sure.
the chief is going to be. He's going to be hired by the city.
Really?
Yes, he's going to be hired by the city council, who were elected by the people.
Is there a city sheriff? Is that only a county thing?
It's only county.
And the county sheriff is elected.
County
But
sheriff.
the police chief is appointed.
Is an appointed
Haven't you seen
official.
Bloodline?
No, he hasn't.
Oh, he's the one that turned me on to the show. Sorry, don't get upset. Go ahead.
But yeah, they do have a form of power. It is a form of power. But I personally think that when you're put in a position of power, you have to lose a little bit of your civil rights to balance the power.
What does that
Like
mean?
if I were to go out and commit a crime.
Yeah,
it's
give me an
gonna
example.
It's going to be a higher charge for me than somebody else that was just an average citizen that would go out and commit a crime.
Why? Because you know better?
Because
Yeah,
because
you're
I've been
supposed to.
taught the laws and I've been sworn in to enforce the laws and not break them.
Because not only are you committing a crime, you're breaking this oath,
Yes.
and so you think that that's cool. Like you should have less rights.
I think you should be punished
No, I
to
mean
a higher
you.
degree.
I mean you.
As long as I don't lose
that's the
my
gig, right?
my basic rights from the Bill of Rights, yeah.
The Bill of Rights, that one thing from that cartoon.
Yeah.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah, all that
His
conjunction.
name is Bill,
junction
and then he
stuff.
changes his name to Law or something later,
Yeah.
right? All right.
Yeah.
What do you got, lady? Nothing. You got nothing?
You know, whenever I used to drive the buses for the city,
Uh huh.
if I got a ticket like outside of driving a bus, that would stay on my permanent record. Like I couldn't
Oh,
get
wow.
it taken off.
Yeah.
So it's not the same thing, but kind of the same thing because
Yeah,
I mean,
because if you lose
it
your
has to
license,
do with
you
driving.
can't drive. You know.
Exactly. So I
You're
already
held to a higher
I've already
standard.
taken all those defensive driving class and all those bigger classes and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
it's similar, definitely not the same thing, but I am held to a greater standard, I guess.
Yeah.
It's, yeah. Are you done? You look like the biggest fucking nerd ever.
Yeah, I was waiting for
Oh
it.
my
I
gosh.
was waiting for the pinky.
Yeah, but that's a hard one.
What's that? Defining authority figure?
Yeah.
Okay, so now that you two have lied your way through a definition of authority figure, and the reason I say lie is because it was 45 minutes before y'all brought up the word power,
I didn't. I
and
did.
so actually I did.
Exaggeration.
Oh, well, yeah.
So-
Whatever.
My next question, I guess, is how do you think kids today or young adults today would define authority figure?
I'm not a kid today, so I don't know.
But you deal with them. I mean,
Yeah,
Yeah, I
perception
deal
is
with them. It doesn't
reality.
mean I know how they think.
Well,
Just because I
since
deal
I'm
with them doesn't
younger.
mean I know how they think.
Well, yeah, why don't you ask this kid next to you?
I'm only 4 years younger. It's not very
Yeah,
much.
that
Yeah.
means she's
That's
just
like
barely
that's
old
like
enough
a
to drink.
freshman
But
and a senior.
if
right?
I'm in my 30s,
Yeah, exactly.
she's in her
Thank
mid
you.
20s.
That looks amazing.
If
so,
Okay, you can have
if
some.
I did it. So how do you think that people?
Oh,
And I mean all people.
Wait. Oh,
I
sorry.
don't. What I mean is, I don't mean black people. I don't mean white people. I mean people.
Oh, what was the question?
How do
again?
you
Sorry.
think people would describe an authority figure? Or how do they view an authority figure?
To me, it kind of coincides with somebody that's like a role model, somebody that's not going to steer you wrong.
And that's what you think that the people think?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I think. So
You asked her the question.
Yeah,
I
I'm just
don't
trying to make sure. So now I know neither one of you have ever turned on a television or a radio.
No,
Why?
there's a
What?
difference between knowing what authority is and respecting what authority is.
Well, don't skip ahead questions, dickhead.
I'm not skipping ahead. I can't see your list.
Well, even if you could, you couldn't read it. So there.
It looks pretty fucked
No,
up.
I can't even make out a letter.
It's like the first authority figure that people or kids have is their parents because they, like I said, don't
So
steer
is
them
it
wrong.
really just bad
Okay.
parenting?
What is bad parenting?
Like what she's saying.
Before that, but like the first thing you know as a kid is your parents. That's your authority figure. You have to listen to them. Like you have to abide by their rules. Pretty much, you have to they're gonna guide you whatever way that they think you need to go.
So they have
and,
knowledge and they're leaders,
Yeah,
but they also have power
yes,
because they can beat that ass.
exactly.
Or today they'll just take away your
I was
Facebook or something.
I was so unwilling to say powers because there's a negative connotation to power now.
There is. There's also a negative connotation to authority figure, which is why I brought it up.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, authority figures are all the man trying to keep everybody down. Like, everybody hates authority figures.
Yeah, but if you ask, probably 99% of police, we tell you, dude, we don't represent the people that are at the top. We happen to be the face because we're the first people you see.
You're just trying to
But
make a living.
when we take off the uniform and go home, we have just as many rights as you.
You go home naked? That is so weird.
Well,
I did not see that coming.
I've got clothes on under
what a
my
twist.
uniform.
Oh my god, that sounds hot. And I mean sweaty, not hot.
Yeah, oh
That
yeah.
sounds
Yeah.
hot.
Yeah.
That's what you're into.
But
Yeah.
I take off the badge, and you can't tell I'm a police officer. I'm just an average citizen. I've got the same rights that everybody else does. I'm not going to go and violate somebody else's rights because I don't want that to happen to me.
Yeah, but you're taking off that power when you take off that badge, right?
I'm taking off the
He's-
authority, but I'm not taking off the obligation that I have to protect
You can
people.
still carry
You're
your
still
gun.
gonna have to protect
Yes.
somebody. Like if somebody came in here right now and like decided to,
Stick them
whatever.
up.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Stick them up or something.
I'd have to figure out a way to help.
He's gonna have to figure it out. Like
You're not
of course
carrying
he
right
doesn't
now, are you?
have to.
Do
But
you ever carry when you're not in uniform?
It's hard to carry a full-size
I'm not
Smith &
saying.
Wesson.
I'm not saying.
when
Do
you're-
you sling a rifle over your shoulder?
No, a full-size Smith & Wesson is hard to conceal. So I
Well,
don't,
but you have your CHL and all that, right? Or
no, I don't need one.
Yeah, you don't need one.
yeah,
You just
yeah.
you get
If
one
there's-
automatically, right?
Well, there's an FBI exception to the rule for police.
Any gun, any handgun, or only your service revolver?
The city can regulate, or the people who hold your license can regulate what firearm you're allowed to carry off duty.
Oh, okay. So if you wanted to go get a piece, you'd have to talk to somebody and say this is
Well,
what
I
I
could
carry.
go and buy one, and then I have to go and
Or is there like an approved list?
qualify with that firearm.
You mean on the firing range?
Yes, I have to go
And then they're
prove
gonna
my
need-
efficicy with that firearm in order to.
so what if
use
you're
it
not good
out.
enough? Then they're all well.
Then
sir-
you don't get to carry it.
Do they take
If
away
you
your
can't-
other gun?
if you-
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No,
Like,
as long as you can qualify. It's each firearm has its own grade. If you can qualify with it, you can carry it. If you don't qualify with the firearm you carry on duty, you don't get to go on duty.
You just be a meter maid.
Yeah. No, you get to sit at the front desk taking reports, like your secretary.
Well, you just get to sit at the front desk and hang up on me.
I've
What's your
never
emergency,
answered the phones at the
sir?
front desk, so. But
You know, it takes like 2 minutes to get to. Like whenever I called because I had a flat tire off on our highway up here.
Yeah.
I
Called
was
who?
911.
You called 911 for a flat tire?
When I was right here, like right in the middle of the fucking highway.
That's
So I
not
was-
an emergency.
Yeah, it is.
what time was it?
It was like 7 o'clock on a Friday.
That's an emergency?
That would be a pretty high. Yeah, you would need someone to come help you.
Yeah, because you need because
Like-
there was over a
I know
hill.
in the city
Well,
I work
I don't
for,
know
people
about the
are
city.
terrible drivers.
I don't know about the city you live in or
Yeah.
you're a cop in or whatever,
Yeah.
but in the city that I was born and raised in for 40-something years, the only, if a cop pulls over because somebody has a flat tire, he's giving them a ticket for being in the way. I've never seen a police officer
I-
help
you know,
anybody do
I've
that.
never pulled anybody
I saw that in
over.
Kentucky a lot, but I've never seen it in San Antonio.
I've never pulled anybody or pulled over to help somebody that I've given a ticket to, unless they ended up like they're driving with no license or they've got a kid in the back seat that doesn't have a car seat.
One time, and it wasn't
Bandcamp?
even in San Antonio. It was in this little town outside called Shirts. I was driving down the street, and this police officer was trying to pull out of somewhere, but there was too much traffic. So I stopped, and I literally stuck my hand out and waved him,
So
and then he
that
pulled
was
me
a
over and
gang
gave me a ticket for having an expired window sticker.
But see, that's not his fault.
What?
That you had a expired sticker.
I got an expired ticker.
Almost.
I'm coming home.
But it's not.
Jesus.
It's not his fault. You
don't
failed
believe
to
in
do
Jesus.
what the state requires you to do. It's his discretion. He could have not been a dick because you just let him out into the road. But
Could not believe it. I started laughing. I was like, oh,
if
man.
if you ask there, everybody knows that there's that officer that will give you a ticket just because he's got
can.
nothing better to do.
Hey,
Well, he's got you know how you ever seen Super Troopers?
Yeah.
no. Okay, yeah.
Anyway, you know how they say
You mean the first one, right?
you know how they're talking about how the police for the city and them how they don't get along, and he's like, you think out of mutual boredom we would get along, and it's true. There's a certain level of boredom at work if you don't keep busy. So you got those officers that will write tickets just because they've got nothing better.
But what
to do.
about all these quotas
make
I hear
fun.
about?
It's illegal. It's
What's
illegal.
illegal?
Those quarters are
In the
illegal.
state of Texas, it's illegal.
Okay, so there's not an official quota. How about a recommended
no.
daily amount?
In the traffic code, it states it's illegal
That's fine. That's
to
great.
institute a
Yeah.
quota.
Guess what? It's also illegal to shoot somebody for no reason at all, but you people do it all the time.
No,
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Because the officers that are found to have done that do go to jail. People want to jump the gun and put people in jail.
Jump the gun.
Like what they did up in Ferguson, or no, it was New York, right, where that kid had died in the back of the van.
Yes.
Okay, so they rushed to get those officers prosecuted. But what happens when you rush a case
You screw
is
it
you
up.
lose it. You lose the case. You know you're never going to try that case. So what I've seen a lot of times, because I personally have had a classmate go to jail for official oppression, which means he used his authority to make somebody do something that...
Oh, go ahead.
Are you ready for his order?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
No,
Go
you're fine.
ahead.
No, don't apologize.
Oh, sorry. The fettuccine Alfredo
With the chicken or without the chicken?
without the chicken,
Without the chickens.
and then the pollo caprese.
All right, I'll get those ordered to go.
Did I say it right?
Thank you very much.
All right. Cool.
But he used his position of authority to make somebody do something that was illegal for one.
This sounds like a sex act.
It was.
Okay.
It
Was it really?
Yes. And he
That's funny because
he got tried for prostitution as well.
I used to work with a girl who...
For a girl?
No, I used to work with a girl. When I worked at the restaurant...
Oh, she worked for you?
No, stop it. When I worked at the restaurant,
You were her pimp.
there was this waitress who used to brag about how she gets out of tickets. Is she sucks a little dick on the side of the road.
Look, I'm not gonna say it doesn't happen, but I personally
She
have
met
never
her
done
boyfriend that way.
I personally have never done that, and I personally have never seen that.
You've
So
never
you're
sucked
saying
a
you've
dick.
never sucked a dick?
Never.
You're saying never.
I've never
Never?
sucked a dick. No.
One time I was
Never have I ever.
one time I was donating blood or plasma or whatever the fuck. 'cause
You
I was
woke
poor.
up and the doctor
No,
was
no.
there.
And they ask you all these questions,
Oh,
right?
yeah, that's-
Have you got a tattoo recently? Have you ever had gay sex? And I was like, no, whatever. And he goes, and when it got to the gay sex one, he was like, never? And I was like, no, never. And he was like,
Yeah, like it's-
really? And I was like, yeah, really. He's like, and then he got even higher. He's like, not even once. And I'm like, what is wrong with you? Yeah, never.
He's like, well, you're wearing an orange
Now
shirt.
I'm starting to get uncomfortable.
You're the orange.
It's like, I'm just curious because you're wearing a rainbow shirt.
And your chest
With a
hairs
unicorn
are
on
all
it.
over the...
And it's got Michael Jackson on the back.
And then your blue jean jacket says freedom, bedazzled.
I don't get it.
The George Michael, you get it? Freedom.
No, I don't get any of this
A
stuff.
big glittery unicorn.
None of this is. Did you just call me a big glittery unicorn?
No,
That's pretty
your
awesome.
jean
Your
jacket.
jacket.
But
That would be a pretty cool jacket, though.
you interrupted my thought process.
Oh.
Praise
But anyway.
Jesus.
Well, no, so this guy was fucking. getting
Yeah,
his
so
dick
he
sucked.
used his position of authority to make a woman do things that
Sure,
shouldn't.
you can skip ahead. We all get it.
So
so-
did he come or what?
So
That's
people,
from a movie.
if that
Jesus
were
Christ,
to,
Alex! There's just some things you don't talk about in public.
But if that were to have gotten to the papers, people would want them to prosecute him immediately. But you don't get a conviction if you rush to an arrest. If you don't have enough evidence to arrest him, you've just screwed your case up. And that happens out in the field. You got officers that they're so hyped up, they think they got a case, they arrest somebody and take them to jail, and the district attorney that they have sitting down there goes, you have to cut this guy loose because you don't have enough evidence. And so you got to go take the handcuffs off and drive him home.
Give him his crack pipe back.
Here, you son of a bitch.
When somebody has something like that on them, that's probably the easiest thing to write. Like, that's the easiest thing to arrest for. Like, he had a crack pipe in his pocket,
How'd you know it was in his pocket? Illegal search and seizure, bitch.
and that's where you have
Yeah,
to
do
be.
you have a warrant for that?
That's where you
searching?
have to be
Probable cause, Your Honor.
knowledgeable.
He had no teeth.
Well, there's a section.
He's got a quote unquote meth mouth.
He was just carrying around a giant lighter, and he had no teeth.
Well, there's a certain section of the criminal code that
You can say
you
penal.
have. No, it's actually a code of criminal
Oh,
procedure.
okay, sure.
That you have certain
Correct.
arrest authorities that are outside the warrant. Like, yes, if you have enough evidence, you can go get a warrant, but there are exceptions to the warrant process. One of them's like, as a citizen, if you see somebody stealing something and you know they're stealing something, so to prevent them from getting your stuff, you can make a citizen's arrest. Did you
Not
know
if
that?
you're not armed.
You can,
No, you're going to get your ass kicked, and you're going to get shanked,
but you as
and you're going to lose your
citizens,
TV.
but you as citizens have the authority to detain that person till
Oh,
police
yeah.
get there.
Well,
That's why
that's a fine line, though, because if I detain this asshole, then he's
It's
going to bring
racism.
me up on kidnapping charges.
No.
Oh, the way I'm going to do it
It's
is.
people. It's human trafficking. Wait, what?
Wait.
But no, that's why Walmart and all these other places that you steal from department stores and stuff can hold you till police get there. Because they
Yeah.
have a warrantless
Yeah.
arrest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My last
Citizens arrest.
last day of 4th or 5th grade. I don't remember one of those. It was the last day, and I
The
walked.
rest of your life?
I walked from because nobody picked us up, but so I walked from the school over to the convenience store that was down the street. Last day of school, and I shoved some now and laters in my pocket. The big candy bar, like big long one. Put them in my pocket, all hanging out my pocket like nobody's gonna notice. And I was walking out the door. That store owner did not let me out the door, and then the police showed up. And I went to jail. Oh, juvie. I went to juvie.
Did you really go to
They
juvie?
didn't book me, but they just had me sitting right on the other side of that glass, watching all these crazy, crazy motherfuckers inside. And then I was there for a long time because my dad didn't show up for a really long time. Like, they served me baked chicken.
He's
It's the
all,
grossest
hey,
thing I've ever had in my
son.
life.
Baked chicken.
He's all on the other
So
side of
this
the
day you
glass.
can't eat baked chicken?
Yeah, I don't want to. I don't eat it. But it wasn't. I never left the store because that dude wouldn't let me leave the store. And then I found out years later that it's not stealing until you leave the store.
That's not true.
Yes, it is true.
No.
Look it up.
There's a lot
Google
of,
it, bitch.
There's a lot of officers
So
that
you
like to
have
say
intent?
it's your intent. Can I prove that you were
Oh, fuck your
intending to
intent. You
walk
can't-
out?
You can't
This
prove
is
my
not
intent.
Minority Report.
You okay? So
So
you're at a convenience
you're
store,
at a convenience store. Sorry, go ahead.
and the register's right near the door.
One would assume.
Well, I'm saying this is a hypothetical, so that
Well, no, they probably all are right next to the door. So
pretty
go ahead.
much.
Because of people like me.
So while the code states that you have to be passing the last point of sale, that point of sale is where you purchase your items.
Oh, is that where I?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Thanks.
Anyway.
This fucking guy. Hey, I got a GED, motherfucker.
Some people that listen to your program may not know that.
Program. I love it.
Your program.
We're a program now. What?
We air
But,
on K-Pax.
Somebody actually said that. I don't know.
Alexis.
Somebody said, I don't know, maybe people are stupid and they can't spell finding. Yeah, so maybe we do have stupid fans.
Okay. Anyway.
Listeners,
So
not fans.
you
Sorry.
have to.
We're not even fans.
I'm a fan.
You have to. You can prove intent where you would normally position your body to go to the register if you're walking out instead of walking
But how
to
do they
the register.
how do they get that? From the video cameras or something?
See, here's the shaky part. You got that witness who's the store owner.
Who is a biased witness?
Who's a biased witness.
What about my
But
biased
that's
witness
when-
ass that says I wasn't going to do that? I was just going to walk around and make them all
There's
warm and stuff next to my
usually
nose.
there's magazines past the point of purchase.
What the fuck is a magazine? How old are you? Jesus Christ.
You know, there's things with paper that have pictures in them.
No, they have bullets in them. We discussed
So how
this earlier.
close to the door were you?
I'm just saying, Steve, you're guilty like a motherfucker.
When the shop
If
owner
I
stopped you,
stole
how close to the
Starburst.
door were you?
Or now later.
You want me to tell you the truth?
Yeah.
Or what I told my father? No, I'm just kidding. I had my hand on the door.
There you go.
There you go.
You're putting your hand on the door to walk out. You've got things in your pocket. You're hiding away things that you haven't purchased. You're secreting
Yeah.
away things
Your
you haven't
intent
purchased.
is
Have you ever
Steal.
you got out of your car and you walk up to your front door, you put your hand on the door and you go, you know what? I forgot. I don't know, whatever stick you beat your
I
ass puts
forgot
on.
that I hid
forgot
these
my
now
ass
and
puts on.
laters in my pocket.
You know what? I forgot to pay for these now and laters.
That I stuffed in my pockets.
Yes.
with
Well,
intent to steal.
Well, my hands were full. I didn't have any place to put them because I had all my
So
shit
were
from
your
my
hands
locker.
full?
Yeah, I had all my shit from my locker.
Did you really have all your stuff? From
I
your
really
locker?
did, and you know, like back then, you would have a jacket, like a ski jacket with.
So did you try all these
Hold on.
excuses with the officer?
No, yeah, he didn't give a fuck. You know, you had back in the day, you had those jackets where you could unzip the sleeves and just have a vest. Well, I didn't have the vest, but
So
I had
so you're
sleeves.
Michael J. Fox
I just
now.
had the sleeves.
You just had the
I had the
sleeves.
sleeves and a bunch of paper.
The reverse
So
Michael
you,
J.
went, so you
Fox.
went into somebody's locker and
No,
stole
my
it?
locker.
So you were too cheap to buy the vest too, or?
Yeah, I was too cheap in my
Oh,
fourth,
you know,
my
oh,
fourth
you know
grade,
why?
my fourth
You know
grade
why?
cash.
Because those little alert button things are only on like the main part of the jacket,
okay.
and so Steve, since he's already
stealing. He's
like-
already proving.
yeah, he's like I could steal fucking sleeves off a jacket.
Don't call
I'm
me
pretty
Steve,
sure.
just call me
I'm pretty sure I could
Sleeves.
steal
fucking
fucking now later's sleeve.
It's a good one.
Sleeve Dave over here.
It's a good one.
Duke, what is your favorite thing about living in the United States? What is the best thing about living in the United States? Not necessarily your favorite, but what is the best thing about living in the United States?
I'd say good old American gridiron football.
God damn, you're stupid. So soccer.
The ability to go out and practice a religion without being beheaded.
That's the greatest thing about this country. The best thing about
That's a
America.
pretty good
That's
one.
a freedom that you have that most people in the world don't have.
Good answer. How about you, lady? No, you can't say
Mine was
something.
going to be freedoms.
No.
Just,
What?
Generalization of freedom.
Generalization of freedom.
Can you ask me?
No.
Oh,
Freedom,
oh,
like
sorry.
with that song from earlier? Oh, the back of that jacket? Like that?
Yeah, your
That's what I
bedazzled
need 'em.
jacket.
George Michael?
No, like the general idea of just freedoms. I mean, you can go to other countries and get, like you said, get punished for things that.
Okay,
are
so what is your
simple.
favorite freedom? And don't say religion.
Freedom of sex.
Shut the fuck up.
Oh, wait,
Freedom to
that-
change
that
your
doesn't
sex.
define my life at all, but I don't know.
Wait, what doesn't define your life?
Sex.
Freedom of sex doesn't define my life at all, but I don't know.
This is not an SAT.
Yes, I know,
Don't
I'm
ask
trying,
me.
I'm trying to find
gonna.
the word. I'm trying to find the word.
AC.
Oh, individuality.
What does that mean?
Just being yourself. 'Cause I mean, in
Yeah, like
most-
you can order your espresso with your
with your
during your
yep,
mid beer.
and nobody say anything.
Yeah. Well, no,
but-
we're gonna say that.
Freedom to be
Oh,
gay
yeah,
without
we
being
did.
beheaded.
But no, individuality, because in some countries you have to be cookie cutter. You have to be, you know, wear. Even in religions, you have to wear long
Conformity.
skirts.
You have to be
or
so Sunday
you have to
morning.
have your-
Freedom from conformity.
Yes, you have to, you know, have your face covered or whatever. Here, that's not a thing. Like, you can have a bunch of tattoos if you want. You can have a bunch of piercings. You can, you know, dress in all purple if you want to. You can dress in
I am not
rainbows
wearing
every day. Okay. Anyway,
Do you have a
can
lower
do
back tattoo?
Literally anything
No.
that you want to do to express one's individual like self and individuality. And I think that's the most important because pretty much all my life, like being a African American woman, like and being raised in like I guess a predominantly black neighborhood, like me being like the weird kid and me like liking rock music and this and that was always like I couldn't really like express myself as much as I wanted to.
So what you're
Whenever I
saying
did,
is
I got made fun of.
that so you grew up in a predominantly black neighborhood. Was it a poor neighborhood?
Like yes and no. But see, it is now.
Would you call it the
That's what I'm
ghetto?
saying. No, not at all.
You would just call it a
I mean, it was
poor-ish,
just
middle
like-
class, lower middle class.
Yeah, I guess
lower?
lower middle class. But I mean, I
So you're saying there wasn't a whole lot of Star Wars nerds in this neighborhood?
not at all.
Probably
Not at
zero.
all. But see,
Probably
that's the
zero.
thing. Just because I was my individual self,
Nerd.
like it was kind of because I was a nerd.
I'm sorry,
Like
blurred.
it kind of like
You have to say blurred, right? Just say
yeah. Just because of that whole fact, I had a really, really hard time. But at the same time, it's way better than what other people have to go through. You know,
In
at
other
least
countries, you mean?
Yeah, in other countries. At least I was able to express myself with my T-shirts and my bracelets and spiked stuff and like red hair.
That's
and
all
all
the shit you
that
wear
stuff.
now.
Like at least I was
I wear that
able.
now.
Yeah, at least I was able to do that and still keep my sort of, I guess, individuality and have that and not be punished for it. So. I guess that's what means the most, I guess.
Okay, Duke. What is the worst thing about living in the United States of America's? God damn, this is terrible. You are the worst ever at this.
Sorry, I've never been interviewed before.
Starting to see why.
You didn't let
Fuck
me read the questions before, so I don't know
Yes,
what you're
yes.
asking. So
Because I'm an asshole.
it's all good cuff.
Ass.
Did you say cuss?
Cuff.
And earlier he said ass baton.
No.
Do you want to pass to your beautiful wife and then
No.
make something up while
Oh,
she's
yeah, what was
talking?
it?
Oh, Jesus.
Sorry, I
What
The
is
question was, what's the
They're getting
worst
bored
thing
with
to
the
happen?
questions.
I know, right?
What's the worst thing about America?
You think about it while he doesn't. All right, hit me. What do you got? What is the
I think
worst?
probably the worst thing
And
about
don't say black
America
people.
is people's lack of clarity when it comes to certain situations.
Jesus Christ, that is the longest answer.
Ignorance is probably the layman term for it. Their ignorance towards situations they have no education on, they've never educated themselves on, that they just make opinions and not just use that opinion to express themselves, but they also use that opinion to motivate themselves to do stupid things like riot and destroy things. Not even in their own neighborhoods, but in other
Why would you
people's
do it in your neighborhood? That's just stupid.
In LA, they did it in their own
Yeah, they
neighborhoods.
did.
Yeah, that was dumb.
In Ferguson, they didn't. The majority of people arrested in Ferguson during the riots,
Did they just go downtown, right, or whatever?
but the majority of them weren't from Ferguson, Missouri.
That's fucked up.
They were from other places. A couple people from Austin got arrested there.
Yeah, but people in Austin are homeless, so they don't really have an address.
But if they were homeless, how did they drive all the way to Missouri?
Well, because they live under a bridge in Austin like everybody else, and they put their thumb out, and then some ass crack picked them up and took them to Ferguson.
Hey, you guys going to Ferguson?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure thing, ass crack.
Jump on a truck.
All right, young lady, what do you think is the worst thing about living in America? You had all that time.
Yeah, I did. I guess
She was drawing Pokemon. She's like,
I was.
she's trying to
No.
devise a plan of where she thinks she can
Plan of
find
attack.
Yeah, my plan of
these
attack.
Pokemon balls.
Your Pokemon treasure map?
I guess now it would be now it would
Gotta shade the top.
be focused on the differences of races.
So right now you think one of the worst things, or the worst thing, is our racial divide.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Because I feel like it happens in like phases. It comes and goes. Like there won't be a problem with anybody, like in the United States for like a while, years, and then something happens, like some event or something, and then it'll just spark this whole like kind of divide. Like if you're black, you have to think one way. If you're white, you have to think another way. If you're Hispanic, you have to think another way. And like everybody pretty much sparks off and divides. And I feel like that's what's happening right now. And basically, I'm pretty much waiting for the next thing to like kind of unite us all, and then it'll kind of go back to the way it was. But I feel like that's probably the worst thing. That even has to be a thing. Like we just can't all be one person. It's just
Can't all be one love.
So we're not a
Exactly.
melting pot anymore?
Yeah,
or
no, there's
if we ever
there's no
were?
more melting pot. Like it happens, it comes and goes. The melting of said pot.
So what do they tell you? Like, do y'all have meetings about all of the shit that goes on?
Oh, you have to, right?
Like, what are you talking about?
Like,
Talking about not at your house. Talking about at work.
Like, do we have specific meetings where we go in and they
Like-
say,
like-
okay, here's what we're going to do for the day?
No. But like, hey guys, we need to talk about what's going on.
Based on all the shit that's going on
No,
in,
so-
in the nation.
Every day before we go get in our cars and go out and to help the public or whatever we do. Generally go handle the barking dog calls.
Sure.
Go get
The-
blowjobs and shit.
In their cars.
I don't give blowjobs.
No, I'm saying you. Not you.
Yeah, no, you're saying me. No, I don't give blowjobs even at home.
Okay, sorry, hand jobs.
I'm saying if that happens at work, you need
The
to
only
like, film
hand
it or
I get
something.
from is for myself.
Oh my gosh.
But,
Moving on.
Yeah.
yeah, just edit that part out.
No.
No, but
That's going to be the loudest portion.
the only
All of the rest of it is just going to be real quiet. And then all of a sudden, an hour and a half into it, it's going to be like, oh no.
But we sit down and they make sure everybody's there that's supposed to be there for the night, so we all get paid.
So you take roll.
We take roll call.
Present.
Yeah, we call a roll call,
A key.
and then
That's what we had to say when I was in Spanish class. We had to say, aquí means here.
oh, anyway,
Yeah,
Oh.
anyways,
That's
dude.
probably how they would do it in San Antonio, because it's all Mexicans here. So, go ahead.
but we talk about basically general topics. If there's be on the lookout for somebody.
A bolo.
Bolo means
I like the ties. The bolo ties.
that we'll talk about that. No, not the bolo ties.
That's- okay.
We'll talk about people that are wanted in our area. We'll talk about like when the officers have been shot. We talked about that.
Officers in your area or officers nationwide?
Across
The
the
what?
country.
Did you say officers?
Officers.
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 Officers have been shot, like when the Dallas incident happened. We're actually, I want to say that was the worst shift I've ever had to do, because I found out about it as I got to work.
That's
So-
pretty interesting.
So what made it bad? The fact that
Because I sat all night looking over my shoulder, because we're not doubled up in the car. We're by
You're-
ourselves.
you're
for
by
most of the
yourself?
night. Yes.
don't you have a partner?
I have guys that I hang with and we go to calls with, but
Yeah, I know.
Sometimes.
Y'all don't just show up one at a time. Y'all all at the goddamn party. Hey, everybody! I'm giving Steve a ticket. Everybody's invited.
well, you'll generally. I know. I personally will pull up to check on somebody who's pulled somebody over, because we've had far too many officers shot getting out of their car to give tickets
In your town?
in the country.
Oh, just in the
In
country.
the country, period. But even a 1% chance of being shot is too much of a chance. I personally have never been in a gun battle, but I've almost been. And
Have
it's
you
not-
been drawn on?
No,
I have.
but
By a police officer.
I've drawn down on a lady that was going to stab.
I was
her
in middle
husband.
school.
She had already stabbed her husband, and she was trying to stab him again, and I almost shot her. And it's not an easy thing to decide that you're going to kill somebody.
Well,
We don't have to kill her.
I think that's the first problem. When did y'all stop shooting at the knees?
I've never shot at the knees.
Why
if
not?
If you go to training, you'll learn for firearm training, even for a CHL, that you're most accurate when you're shooting at the center
That's
mass
a
of somebody.
concealed hand job license. What's it called?
It's just a handgun license now.
Oh, handgun. Sorry.
Yes. So you're more accurate when you're shooting at the center part of the body, which is the torso,
Because it's bigger.
Yeah.
because it's the biggest portion of the body. Plus, when you're in a situation where you have to use
Deadly
a
force.
firearm
Sure.
or deadly force, your adrenaline spikes and you lose fine motor control. So your ability to hit like you're a sniper on a training course where you can hit the center target, it goes away. You get about 75% loss in your accuracy.
There's no they're
That
training.
is
There's training for it?
terrifying, but that would explain that LAPD thing from a couple years ago. Those two ladies who were delivering the newspapers. You heard about that, right?
No.
Like, do you remember? He was a police officer who, like, I don't know, went rogue and started killing people in LA or whatever.
Oh, that.
Remember that guy? Well, when they were looking for him, they had said, "Oh, he's over in this neighborhood by this judge that he wants to kill," and so the police were staked out over by that judge, and then these two old Mexican ladies were delivering newspapers at like 4 o'clock in the morning, and they thought it was that dude because they heard the newspaper hit the porch and thought it was a gunshot. So they put, I think it was 189 rounds into this pickup truck, and they only one bullet hit a person. There was two people.
Thank God.
They put 189 rounds into this pickup truck, and one lady got shot in the shoulder or the arm.
That's a royal fuck up. You don't shoot blindly into a car.
No, they weren't shooting blindly. They were aiming.
No, that's
It was
you
poor
can't
aiming,
see-
but
your
Yeah,
intent to
189.
stop somebody. You don't. The courts have ruled you can't just blindly fire. Like, you know they're behind the wall. You can't blindly fire at the wall till you hit them.
Wait, no,
You
but
have to be
I
able
watch
to
movies.
see the person.
They shoot up into the ceiling and people fall out of the ceiling all the time.
some movies too.
Oh,
Movie magic, bud. Movie magic.
I love magic.
Basically, you can't shoot like stormtrooper style.
No, you can't shoot like a stormtrooper trying to hit somebody.
Yeah, where's their training? Oh my god, all that wasted light bullets.
Yeah, so you get, was it, you get 1,000 more rounds, but you're about 75% less accurate with it?
Yeah.
No, that's a good weapon to have.
You'll hit something eventually. So really, that out of all the like the Dallas stuff and everything, like they'll like
Well, we had,
give you like a little synopsis.
I mean,
of what
even when we
happened.
worked
they
at
tell
banks,
us what happens.
even when we worked at banks, if there was some big banking news, we'd have a meeting about it the next day.
We don't have
Like, being there for,
specific
like, 20,
meetings
30
about it, but
minutes.
we sit there and talk about it.
But
Talk
there's-
about
like
being
amongst
more
yourselves.
aware. Yeah.
But there's no.
But it's the same- it's
from
pretty
your
much the same
superiors.
time.
There's no, hey guys, we need to keep an eye out for this. Try not to shoot people, even though everybody thinks we're shooting people.
No,
Like,
they
you
just,
don't-
they,
you don't have these
they
conversations?
just say, be aware of your surroundings. You were trained to be aware of your surroundings.
They just reinforce that every day.
Yes. Every day that something new comes out, that's what they reinforce.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Can I get a bag for you all?
Oh no, I'm still working
Where are
on
you
this
from?
Louisiana.
Okay. Here we say y'all. No, it's because you said you all.
Oh,
Not
it's
y'all.
like, it depends on how y'all doing today.
How dare you?
I'm sorry.
How dare you?
Yeah. exactly.
So y'all don't need. Yeah, they're still in the meeting.
Oh yeah, no, I'm
Does
still
anybody
working.
need anything else right now?
You
want another beer?
Are you getting a beer?
I'll probably have another beer. Do you want another beer?
You're
Yeah.
gonna be sitting a minute. You may as well.
Yeah, we got it. Probably got another
Grab
4 or
those
5
glasses
hours.
out your way.
Thank you so much.
No trouble.
Hope y'all have rides.
Well, you're off duty,
You
man.
can
Shit.
practice your SFST thing.
I don't need to practice. I know how to do it.
I got a new car that drives itself.
Does it?
And he just says,
Are you serious?
"Home, please." I'm serious. I have a new car.
Oh, I saw it.
You did see it, right? It's pretty. It's nice. Duke
Nukem. Do you like that game?
What is your opinion of the right now the public perception that police officers are hunting black people?
I think it's absurd to think anybody in this country in mass is hunting people. We're hunting bad guys. We're hunting the people that go out and commit crimes. That murder and rape and rob and burgle people.
You say burgle?
Burgle?
Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is that the act of?
my wife
the
wanted me to
actor.
burgle her one time. Could not do it with a straight face.
Is that similar to like a bowling ball?
No, people who are burglarizing houses.
And people, sure.
No, because if you can't burgle a person, you can rob a person.
I can't rob a house. Son of a
Unless
bitch.
there are people in that house.
Then I can go rob them while I'm burgling. Are those two separate charges?
No.
Well, son of a bitch.
It's called
You could have just done it.
robbery, strong arm robbery. Or,
What if I have really
home
weak
invasion.
arms?
Robbery, home
Nah,
invasion.
dude, you got Robin Williams arms. You're good.
Fuck your face.
Well, it's in the name.
Yeah, yeah.
Rob.
Yeah.
But
So you disagree with the perception that
Yes.
the police officers are out there hunting black people?
yes, I
Specifically
disagree.
black men, I think.
I disagree
I
wholeheartedly.
think there's only been one black woman shot like in the last 2 years by a cop.
I don't
Everybody
know.
else is a black man.
I don't know the statistics on it, but
Me either. I just made that one up.
yeah.
But you
Statistics-
even said it earlier that the majority of it is white people. So
But that's not what like society wants you to like
yeah.
pinpoint to though.
So what is your opinion that
I think it's
the police are hunting black people?
It's stupid,
You think it's
right?
ridiculous?
ridiculous. Like
But that's all I see on TV is another
course,
cop
because
shot a black
it's-
person.
because it makes good media. Because it makes good. It makes the attention on something. For some reason, like the world or the United States wants the attention to be on something like negative, because I feel like that's what gets the most like ratings, or that's
If
what
it
gets
bleeds,
the
it
most
leads.
effect. Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. Like, you know, something amazing can happen in the United States. Nobody cares. Like, nobody is gonna like stop it and start having peaceful whatever, like gatherings and stuff off of something that was positive. It always has to be something negative. And I mean, the statistics are there that there's more white
I'd say
people,
my statistics.
whatever, in general, that more white people are getting
Thank you.
by police like that. People don't care. Like, you know, it's horrible, but people just straight up like don't care. But as long as it's somebody, as long as it's somebody that's in some type of like minority or whatever, that's what makes good media.
It really doesn't make the media if it's not a black person. I mean, even Mexicans.
Because even, yeah, that's what I was gonna
There was
say.
a
Even if it's
Mexican, I think it was
Hispanic
last
person, nobody's
week.
gonna care. Yeah, like,
I think it was last week. There was a dude on a city bus. I forgot what city it was in. And like the bus stopped, and the police got on the bus to get this dude because he was Hispanic and he was acting a fool. And as the lady officer stepped onto the bus, he threw a fire extinguisher at her and then took her gun.
oh wow.
And then her partner, when she was wrestling this dude with the gun, her partner walked up and took care of this dude. He's not with us anymore. But y'all didn't hear that story, did you?
No.
It was a Mexican perp.
Well, there you go.
You know what I saw? You know what I hear you saying? A man took a gun from an officer
Yeah.
and got killed.
Yes,
So you didn't hear me say Mexican or lady
It
cop?
doesn't matter to me.
It doesn't matter if
It
it's a lady
doesn't.
cop?
And I don't care if it's a lady cop that got her gun taken. I don't care if it's a man cop that got his gun taken. I don't care if the guy is white, black, Hispanic, Asian. I don't care what he is.
Thank you for not saying like blue or green or whatever the people say now. It pisses me off.
He's
Yeah,
a,
like who's blue?
he's a criminal, even if he was a
Sad
police
people?
officer.
It's gotta be Eskimos,
I wanna
right?
meet this guy.
I'm gonna put it to you this way: an off-duty police officer. Let's put him in the same position as the Hispanic guy. He takes an officer's gun after throwing a fire extinguisher at her. That right there tells me he's in it to die. Because that's all that's gonna end up happening if you attack a police officer like that. We're gonna come in force and we're gonna stop you by any means necessary.
Now you sound like that one guy. By any means necessary.
It happened in Dallas. They used any means necessary.
When they rolled that bomb in.
When they rolled
that was the
the bomb
coolest
in.
fucking thing I've ever seen on the
Because
news.
this man showed tactical precision in his killing of police.
And that he wasn't done.
That he wasn't done, and in order to preserve more life, we used a machine to deliver a bomb that we knew would kill him. Because that was the only way to stop the man.
I think I've told you this before, but not on the podcast. My father wasn't a really good father. Like he wasn't there for almost anything.
Yeah.
But one of the
I can
things
understand where you're coming from.
one of the things that he did teach me was that the police have all the authority. Like you do whatever they say, and then you can get it corrected later, because they have a gun and the authority to use it. And so you are to be respectful and do what they say. If they say put your hands up, put your fucking hands up. If they say get down on the ground, you get down on the fucking ground. If it's all a misunderstanding, you can deal with that later. If they're in the wrong, you can deal with that later. But if you don't, if you try to deal with it now, you're not going to be alive to deal with it later.
I feel like that makes so much sense. Instead of giving attitude or having something else to say, like even like you said, even if you think the police officer is in the wrong, at least
because they always are.
They say, you know.
I mean, it's just like prison; it's filled with innocent people.
But
the police are always in the wrong.
But no, I think it's ridiculous that, like I was saying, like the media tries to spin everything, like they have to add in that they are a white officer killed by a black officer. Like how many or that they're going out hunting black people to kill them? What about all the black officers? What are they doing? Like they're just out to like kill their own people now?
I have a
like,
hunch that once you are a black person who becomes a police officer, you're no longer black.
Interesting.
Just like OJ was no longer black when he moved to Brentwood.
Well, that's what they tell us in the academy.
They tell you
that once you put on the uniform, you're not black, white, Hispanic, you're all blue. People don't hate you because of your color; they hate you because of the color you wear.
Yeah.
That was lively. What do you think about Black Lives Matter, Duke?
I think they're a racially motivated hate group, kind of like Black Panthers or the KKK. They're racially motivated and they're out for chaos. They're anarchists.
So what are they? What's their end game?
Their end game is anarchy. They have no real end game. They're here to create chaos.
And does this benefit them in some way I'm unfamiliar with?
If at all, I feel their end game is close to maybe the Black Panther Party.
Cheers.
Where they want white people to be considered as the lesser and black people to be considered as the masters.
No, they just want everything to be equal.
Black Panther Party?
Everybody.
I think
I'm wrong?
I think you're wrong on that one because the leader of the new Black Panther Party.
The new Black Panther Party?
The new Black Panther Party.
Now, is that anything like the New Monkeys? Because that group sucked ass.
I do know.
Rivers Cuomo
read an article
for the New Monkeys.
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy. I think they have their only album on vinyl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you burn that for me?
You mean like set it on fire, right? You don't mean make you a copy?
I didn't make a copy. But...
Oh, okay.
I do know that I read an article that the leader of the new Black Panther Party was calling for all black people to gather in, like, I think a thing of 4 different states to create a country within a country with just black people.
Isn't that inciting? Isn't that illegal?
It depends on what he's inciting. It didn't cause a riot for him saying that. So that's not technically inciting a riot. Inciting a riot is, it has to be a group of 7 or more people that get violent. Like when the Black Lives Matter go to these protests and then someone starts yelling out,
"Get your hands up my pockets."
No, kill police. And then
did you get that? Oh, did you get that too?
Mm-hmm.
Did you get that?
Yes, I did.
But when they go to these protests and then they start shouting "kill police" and then someone starts killing police,
they do not. Now you're just making shit up.
That's exactly what happened in Dallas.
They started shouting "kill police."
They had signs that said that said racially motivated things.
Racially motivated things.
Hatred toward police officers. It does happen. And and the people that run the country want to say guns are bad, but if you look at the Dallas thing, you had 2 sides of the spectrum. You had a guy who had
I don't think guns are bad. I think they're great.
Well, he had long rifles.
I can't wait to get mine.
He had a long rifle and he was killing people. He was the bad guy they were searching for, but there was a guy who was mistakenly identified as one of the suspects who had a firearm. But as soon as he came out on the media as being a suspect, he turned himself into police, handed
all of his
gun.
friends and brothers and shit got to him, right?
Well,
Like it was his
handed the
actual
police his
brother.
gun and said, "Look, I want you to know I had nothing to do with
Y'all
this.
are looking for me, but I ain't the guy."
Do what you need to do.
Sure.
I'm here. This is who I am. I had nothing to do with it."
Pretty sure that guy is suing the Dallas Police Department.
It's his right.
Sure. No, I
And
get
you know,
that.
a lot of those people sue because they know the city's just going to settle out anyway.
Well, also, in his defense, they did just cover all of the TVs with, "We're looking for this dude as a suspect." They plastered his
But
shit
they
all
did-
over. But then, when it turned out he wasn't the guy, they were like, "Yeah, it wasn't him." Just all quietly.
Yeah, do you think that's like weird if he tries to pick up chicks?
They didn't put it all over. They didn't put it all over the TV that it wasn't him.
No,
They should
According,
have.
according to him, they didn't even apologize.
They should have. They should have said, "Hey, you know, we were mistaken about this suspect. He's no longer a suspect. We only have this person."
But they didn't say
The
that.
pieces of this one guy.
Well, you know, and they did come out and they were really inundated with.
They came out. They're all gay.
No, they came out with information and inundated the TV with who it was that actually was the person doing the shootings.
Gotcha. Miss Amanda.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about the BLM?
I think it started off as maybe a good thing.
Do you think it started off as like a peaceful?
Yeah,
I think it has to.
I feel
All
like
those things
people
have to
had,
start off
yeah, I feel
with
like
good
people had
intentions.
good intentions,
Road
and then
to hell.
it started off to something.
Yeah, exactly.
It started off to something, or ended up as something that is extremely negative.
Do you think
And
it just
it's
got out of hand?
Yes, I think it's gotten out of hand because it's something that, okay, like as a young black adult, or young black adult.
Yeah, you
this
can say it. You're an
organization-
adult.
Well, yeah, but
No.
this
And you're youngish.
organization that comes out and who wants to be like this this for black people type thing, of course, as a young black person, you're gonna flock to it, and you're gonna
Because
try
it's
to,
for us, by us.
yeah, pretty much FUBU, if you will. Yes. You're gonna flock to it. Whatever beliefs that they have, you're gonna adapt those as your beliefs as well, and then it's gonna grow to something like you're basically blindly following something. Like the Black Lives Matter organization can say like one in every, or I don't know, they can give you some random statistic or ratio or whatever, and then these kids are going to believe that because that's what this organization is telling them. They're not actually getting any kind of facts for themselves. They're not getting any legit statistics for themselves. They're just following what the media tells them that these Black Lives Matters organizations, you know, are going by. It's nothing actually, to me, legitly factual. And so
Sorry,
it's
did you say
turning-
legitly?
Yes, legitly. Legit is my favorite word. But anyway,
It's legitly her favorite word.
yeah,
Is
it's
it legitimately her favorite word?
Yeah.
It was
Or is it legitly?
It was coined by the great MC Hammer.
It was coined by the great
Too
Pumpkin.
legit.
Because it was too legit.
I'm gonna lose my thought in a second. Okay. Anyway, these organizations, of course, they start off good, but I think it's gaining more and more of a negative connotation just because of how it's affecting kids or young adults like my age or a little bit younger than me, because it's easy to follow. It's easy to follow behind what these organizations are saying. Like it's easy to get into these groups that say like, oh, they're for the upbringing of the African American group and stuff like that, instead of actually
They
looking
say
at
that
the
they use
straight
the
up
right
facts.
words.
Yes, exactly. They're using the right words to hook these people in, and they're not actually.
Isn't that what we do in
using-
this country?
I'm not
What?
like
Our
a politics
current-
person, so.
Our current president was a great orator.
Yes.
He had 2 years experience in the government, in politics. Before that, I believe he was a community organizer, whatever that means.
But he ran on a platform of let's make a change, which he meant let's make a change from the standard election of
Or
a
white
rich
people,
old
sure.
white person,
Right.
but people failed to look past the surface of his skin and realize
That he's a rich old white person.
he's part of that conglomerate of the rich elite.
He's OJ in Brentwood.
But in Chicago.
But he's part of the political elite. You don't get elected unless you're part of the political elite. You can get elected to these small towns, small cities, or the states. But if
Do you think
go-
he's done a good job?
I think he's done a good job at motivating people, not always to the best qualities of life. He's motivated a lot of this hatred. He may not have motivated, but he's predicated it. He's sought out cases that are biased, that happen to be white officers versus young black men, and he's plastered it all over the television and given his opinion on it. He, you know, when the president speaks, the news media is gonna pick it up. They're gonna run with it.
You don't think he is just sitting back watching the news, picking which story he's going to talk about, do you?
I'm sure somebody picks up something and brings it to him. But as a president, if you're going to question police, and by all means question police shootings, it's fine. I don't care. But when you pick and choose just young black men shot by white officers, you're telling a young black community that this is the only thing that's happening.
But you don't think that he's speaking out on those cases as in response to the media coverage of those cases?
Maybe he is, maybe he isn't. I'm not sure.
That was the shittiest answer you've given so far in any question.
Yeah. You know,
it's kind of true.
Look, it's true. Do you know if he's only doing that because of the news media?
Yeah, we had a beer.
You had your beer?
We had a beer together.
Your weekly beer?
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
No, but
it's logical.
I think you did a good job.
But you know,
I didn't vote for him the first time.
I did.
Voted for him the second time.
I did. I voted for him the first time.
But not
I didn't
the second
vote
time?
the second time.
That's funny. I was the other way.
Because
I didn't vote for him the first time, but I voted for him the second time.
You know, and
I'm doing a good job.
I sure as hell didn't vote for Romney because I've seen
Is
some
that
of the
who
things.
it was?
Yes.
Oh, that makes me feel less happy.
We go Ron Paul all
I
day.
see, and I was mad because they didn't nominate Ron Paul for the front runner for that, but
Okay.
for the Republican Party that year.
Steve's all,
Like, I don't.
But
What?
I didn't vote for Ron Paul partially because I've seen some of the things.
Ron Paul?
Not Ron Paul. I'm sorry, Romney. I didn't vote for Romney either because I've
Is he the rich white guy?
No, I've seen some of the things that the Mormon Church teaches. He's Mormon, and if you look it up on YouTube, you can find Mormon training videos. My brother's wife was raised Mormon, and
If you look it up on YouTube, you can see a lady get fucked by a horse. But that's not what we're talking about.
I'm interested. Like, can you?
Oh
Can
my
you do that?
God.
So
I
weird.
don't think it's on YouTube. They probably
Anyway,
block that
my
out.
bro-
They probably do. They
Does your
probably
phone
do.
get YouTube?
No, they probably do block that out.
My brother's wife is Mormon, and the reason we looked it up on YouTube is because she said,
Your brother Bilbo? I know your brother.
yeah, his wife was raised Mormon. In fact, his sister-in-law is Mormon, but you know, the reason we looked it up is because she told us about how they say black people are black because they sided with Satan in the Great War.
Oh yeah, that's the thing I watched.
You watched the Great
Yeah,
War?
I mean,
What's the
it
Great
was-
War?
The war
Good
between
information about
Christ
myself.
and Satan to throw him out of heaven.
Yeah, YouTube's amazing.
Yeah, it was very interesting information about
And-
myself. I had no idea.
There's,
You know, that's funny. I went
there's
to
a very
a-
little known prophecy that
Prophecy?
in the Mormon Church, that when a Mormon takes office of presidency, the revelations is going to start.
Isn't the Church of Latter-day Mormons, isn't that one of the biggest or fastest growing religions in the world?
I think so.
So then that's probably not a little known prophecy.
Okay. Did
It's
you know about
probably
it?
I'm not
I didn't
Mormon,
know
I'm
about
not
it
sure.
until I was looking stuff up. You know, you wonder what you.
So you were
thought.
fucking stuff up. I get it.
Looking.
Oh, what did I say?
But anyway,
Same thing.
those are my political bias. That's why I didn't
Boy,
vote
are they.
for him. And I didn't vote for
McCain? No, you did.
no. Who did
You had
I
to
voted
have.
for.
Who's the guy with the
No, I
arm?
voted for Obama.
What's
that
the guy's name?
Oh,
with
the-
arm?
Obama.
The
that
first one, not the second one.
The first
Okay,
one,
right.
not the
What's
second.
what's
The
that?
guy with the arm?
That's McCain.
That's McCain.
That's who I voted for the first
Well, you know,
time.
What about the guy-
He
well,
broke
yeah.
his elbows in it.
No, but there's a guy before that. What was the guy before that?
Eric, that guy with the
Bob-
giant head and the little arms that we used to work with.
Bob Dole.
Oh, Bob Dole.
Ross Perot. Bob Dole.
Bob Dole. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
Didn't that guy create the internet? Oh, it was Al Gore.
Did we talk about it? I gotta use the restroom again.
Of course you do. I guess we'll pause this, you goofball bastard.